I think if we had a message for the Canadian people, it's that, we love you guys and we know that you guys are our biggest allies, and that most of us did not choose this overwhelmingly, and we recognize that Canada is a sovereign, beautiful nation, and our current administration is kind of trying to separate us, kind of like a narcissist would, and the American people overwhelmingly do not support that, and he does not have a mandate.
I guess if my message to the Canadian people would be that there are a lot of us that are not agreeing with this, way more than there were that got us into this situation, and there are a lot of us who are going to get us out of this situation any way that we possibly can, and we're in this to get us back to normal. We want you guys to root for us. Please keep rooting for us, and we will be here to take it back.
We know that, the American people, we the people, and that's why the Republicans are saying for them to not even meet with their own constituencies, because
right.
The Republicans are not happy either.
Yeah, they know.
It's we the people. It's
right.
not. It's up and down. It's not left and right. It's not red and it's purple.
Yes. Yeah, finding our local representative. So he has made it very difficult to do that. So we are starting to take it upon ourselves to go to him and go
While
to them.
claiming he's very easily accessible,
Very
which
easily
is not
accessible.
the case.
Yeah.
And
to his ticketed events.
Yes.
That are not publicized until 6 hours before.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't want to come to us, we will come to him.
And we actually did that on the Redstone Arsenal on
Tuesday.
Yep. There was a ribbon cutting, so he seems to like to show up for,
the military-industrial complex.
Yes, the big money,
yeah.
But not for his constituency.
Right.
And there's not a mandate, and he needs to be. There's a petition that has about 1,500 people, but there has been so many other people. I've gone to the town halls with his staff, and it's a constant flow in and out. And they will promise us that, we'll have a town hall with him or a phone call, and then they lie to get us off the phone.
Right.
So if I were Dale Strong right now, your member of Congress, what would you say? What's your message to him?
Face your constituency. You aren't in just for, you have to represent all the people. And we've been reasonable. We went to his event. We knew he was going to be there. We were peaceful. We did flip a flag and we held up, that's the sign of distress. And especially down here in Huntsville with the federal jobs and like the Medicaid, the SNAP, there's so many different reasons that, people have to be concerned right now. So, he needs to address that with his constituency and just at least hear them out. And that's what he was elected to do. He does not serve Donald Trump or Akeem or Elon.
Right.
The people who come to your movement who are maybe not, they're not professional protesters or anything, right? Who are the people in your group that come in and join and say, sign me up, I want to be with you guys?
And they're certainly not paid by anybody.
And we do not.
And nor are we.
And we don't even take on membership. We're just trying to provide an environment. Separately, we're all, would I think, consider ourselves activists in different capacities, and we, on our personal level, do that. But as far as the Purple People, we try to make sure that it's an environment that people that have not been civically engaged at all, that, there's that one thing that upsets them, hey, come on over. As long as they're not, ultra MAGA, and,
If you're against authoritarianism
yes.
and fascism, then we want you to stand with us.
Yes, and that's so we make sure, our events are called United We Stand, Divided We Fall, We the People, just to focus that big umbrella that we are all different, we're all beautiful. We want to celebrate diversity. And
there are specific issues that need to be addressed under the umbrella of anti-fascism, and we absolutely are on board with those issues. And we will voice those concerns
absolutely
at our events under the umbrella of anti-fascism, which is kind of what the idea was behind our group to begin with. Was we have all these different events going on for all these different specific issues, but we need all of these people to come together. We need
the big umbrella.
Right. We need the LGBTQ plus people to come out. We need the people for Gaza to come out. We need the Ukrainian rights people to, or humanitarian. We need everybody. We need everybody in one
people too,
spot.
though, that have not.
And we need all the people. Yes, the people who wouldn't normally go to maybe any one of those issues, even if they do agree with it and they stand for them. They wouldn't necessarily go to those, but they will go to one
Elon and
that is
Doge and,
under that umbrella of every single thing. And
but we make sure to put out, bring your favorite flag, bring whatever sign you want, just bring your yourself.
Just bring yourself.
Just
bring your
come
friends.
out and meet your community, because that's kind of our main message with that.
And people say that protests don't work. There's a lot of haters about protests. I've never felt that way, because every protest I've ever been to, you leave feeling that immense feeling of like solidarity and watching people show up and be courageous. It feels good. It's so isolating sometimes when you're at home and you're looking at your news feed and all this horrible stuff is going on, and you think like, am I the only one who's seeing this stuff? Like, am I going crazy? And then you show up at these events and you see 500 people or 1,000 people or 10,000 people or 50 people, and you realize like, no, okay, all right, we can do this. There are more people than I thought who not only believe the way I do, but are willing to actually like stand up and show that.
Now, I know you don't represent Americans. You're two American citizens.
Right.
And we don't need to talk about what divides Americans. There's a bunch of stuff. But if you had to pick one or two values that really unite, perhaps not all, but most Americans, what would you say it is?
I mean, it sounds cliche, but freedom,
And people
the freedom to
accept
choose.
The majority, that 80, whatever, we're not going to, in the middle, that's where people want to make their own choices, and they should be able to make their own choices.
Right.
I think that's the biggest thing. And our first protest, it was about half brand new protesters.
Right.
And this week with Chasing Mr. Strong, we got to meet an 87-year-old woman that it was her very first protest.
She's finally had enough.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
And
87 years.
And our second protest we had on Sunday, a rally, we had somebody come up, and he was probably about 20, and he said it was his first one, and he brought his mom. But the next protest we went for somebody else the next day, he was there with his mama, and he was there the next day. So.
And that's what we're hoping, is that people get activated and they keep showing up, because it's not just about attending like one protest or one rally or one event. It's about keeping that pressure on,
And that's the point of the group, is just because people feel that in their belly, like they know things are wrong, they know what's going on, it's not supported, and once they, you have that feeling in your belly that you should act, but it's hard to be, put yourself out there. So when other people do that with you, it encourages you to keep going, and I think we're seeing that.
Yes.
And that's what we're hoping to continue to see, and just to let people know that they are loved, no matter, it's we the people means absolutely everyone.
Yes.